Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Dub Hub, Steve Kerr, Steph Curry share heartfelt tributes to the late Bill Walton. In today's Dub Hub, Steve Kerr and Steph Curry share heartfelt tributes following the death of basketball legend Bill Walton on Monday. Warriors expected to actively shop Andrew Wiggins this offseason, according to the Sporting News' Evan Sidery. Celtics advanced to the NBA Finals after completing the 4-0 sweep of the Pacers. Golden State Warriors star Stephen Curry and head coach Steve Kerr paid heartfelt tributes to basketball legend Bill Walton, who passed away on Monday at the age of 71. Known for his larger-than-life personality and tremendous contributions to the game, Walton's influence extended beyond his playing days with the Portland Trail Blazers and Boston Celtics. Kerr and Curry reflected on the moments they shared with Walton, highlighting the infectious positive energy the Hall of Famer brought whenever he walked into a room. Kerr also shared his deep admiration for Walton through the unique bond formed during Walton's visits to the Warriors, facilitated by his son, Luke Walton, who served as an assistant coach with the team from 2014 to 2016. Most of all, I will cherish getting to know him when he would visit the Warriors when his son, Luke, was on our coaching staff, Kerr said in a statement on Walton's passing. His incredible energy, passion, love and zest for life was never turned off. Our hearts are broken today as we mourn Bill's passing and grieve with his family. For more on this and other news around the NBA, here is our latest news roundup for Tuesday, May 28. Warriors news. Curry paid tribute to basketball icon Bill Walton, who died at 71. NBC Sports Bay Area. After retiring from the NBA, Walton turned to broadcasting, something he never thought he could be good at, and an avenue he sometimes wondered would be possible for him, because he had a pronounced stutter at times in his life. Turns out, he was excellent at that, too. Walton was an Emmy winner. In life, being so self-conscious, red hair, big nose, freckles and goofy, nerdy-looking face and can't talk at all. I was incredibly shy and never said a word, Walton told the Oregonian newspaper in 2017. Then, when I was 28, I learned how to speak. It's become my greatest accomplishment of my life and everybody else's biggest nightmare. The last part of that was just Walton hyperbole. He was beloved for his on-air tangents. How Davis believes Oakland helped shift vibe around Warriors, NBC Sports Bay Area. Davis went on to explain to Anthony that he and his teammates from that 2006 to 2007 Warriors team helped change the narrative surrounding the organization, as did the city of Oakland and Golden State fans. There's a transition period on every team that's like lifespan or whatnot, and I always just consider myself like the dude who changed the energy, Davis explained. Whether I get credit for this S.T. or not, whether we as a We Believe team get credit for it, or Matt Barnes, or Monty Ellis, or Al Harrington, all of us played a huge part of the We Believe, but it was also Oakland. That S.T. was jumping, you know what I mean? When I first got there it was already packed, they were just waiting for somebody to believe that we could win. 3 trades Warriors must make after disastrous play-in elimination. The Golden State Warriors were once a perennial powerhouse in the NBA. Now, find themselves at a crossroads after a disappointing 2023-24 season. Despite boasting a roster filled with talent and experience, the team failed to meet expectations. They crashed out of the postseason earlier than anticipated. As the dust settles, it's clear that significant changes are needed to reinvigorate the squad and return to championship contention. Here are 3 trades the Warriors must consider to turn their fortunes around, acquiring Lauri Markkanen, Brandon Ingram, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Reflecting on the Warriors' 2023 season. The Golden State Warriors now find themselves in a state of uncertainty as they enter the 2024 offseason. With a hefty payroll and a roster comprising aging stars and still developing prospects, the pressure is mounting. This is especially true with Steph Curry, now 36 years old. Several key players are approaching free agency, and more could depart if the team's trade market ambitions materialize. The path forward is fraught with uncertainty and potential challenges. Here we will look at the 3 trades the Golden State Warriors must make after getting swept by the Timberwolves. Trading for Lauri Markkanen. Considering a trade for Lauri Markkanen involves some tough decisions for the Warriors. The harsh reality might mean letting Klay Thompson leave in free agency. They may even have to consider trades for Draymond Green, and even give Stephen Curry the option to stay or be traded. However, ending an era isn't usually so abrupt or complete. The Warriors' situation is unique because Curry remains a top player. This creates both an obligation and a drive to seek immediate transformational moves. Nevertheless, it's clear that Golden State needs another star to have any hope of reopening their championship window. The promising performances of young players like Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, Tracy Jackson-Davis, and the inconsistently used Moses Moody complicate the decision-making process. The Warriors are in a peculiar position where they are neither entirely rebuilding nor fully competitive. Markkanen, however, fits the bill. Acquiring him will be difficult, as the Utah Jazz seem keen to retain him. That said, with their young assets and the potential to offer 2 first-round picks and up to 4 pick swaps, the Warriors have viable starting points. Pairing Markkanen with Curry, Green, a re-signed Thompson, or Kuminga may not guarantee a return to title contention. They might still need a higher-level creator. Yet, Markkanen's presence would make the Warriors formidable up front. He just completed his second season averaging over 23 points per game, shooting more than 55% on twos and 39% on threes. Dub Hub, Clippers rumored to have interest in Warriors point guard Chris Paul. In today's Dub Hub, NBA insider Mark Stein reports that the Clippers have interest in Warriors point guard Chris Paul. Steph and Aisha Curry announced the birth of their 4th child. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reports that the Kings and head coach Mike Brown have tabled talks on a potential contract extension. Veteran point guard Chris Paul continues to defy father time after finishing his 19th NBA season last year as a member of the Golden State Warriors. Paul demonstrated his continued effectiveness on the court last season, averaging 9.2 points and 6.8 assists in a limited role off the bench. Meanwhile, his leadership and dedication to the team's overall success have earned high praises from players and coaches, highlighting his invaluable presence off the court. Paul's contributions have garnered attention across the league, with notable interest from the Los Angeles Clippers, his former team. NBA insider Mark Stein reports that the Clippers have interest in reacquiring Paul if he were to hit free agency. With a team option on Paul's contract, the Warriors can either decline it, making him a free agent, or exercise it to facilitate a potential trade where Paul could hypothetically be bought out and free to join any team like the Clippers. For more on this and other news around the NBA, here is our latest news roundup for Monday, May 27th. Warriors news. NBA free agency and trade talk plus some coaching carousel chatter, packaged for you here on another playoff Sunday, the Stein line. The Clippers, I'm told, should be added to the list of teams that could emerge as a suitor for potential free agent Chris Paul. Caveats are immediately required in this situation, since Paul might not even make it to free agency if the Warriors decide next month to keep him or trade him to a team that wants to keep him. I nonetheless heard this week that Paul and Kyle Lowry, whose free agency is looming after finishing last season in Philadelphia, are veteran guards said to interest the Clippers, with a further variable to factor in stemming from Russell Westbrook's still-to-be-determined status. Westbrook has a $4 million player option for next season that he must decide on by June 29. Draymond Green gives tactical advice to Daniel Gafford after Mavs go up 3-0 versus the Timberwolves. Clark's clutch three-pointer draws familiar sideline reaction from Klay, NBC Sports Bay Area. Klay Thompson knows a clutch three-pointer when he sees one, and Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark left the Warriors star stunned with one of her own Friday against the Los Angeles Sparks. Thompson was in attendance for the Fever's 78-73 win over the Sparks, and the WNBA Phenoms logo triple in the fourth quarter helped Indiana grab its first win of the season, a familiar sight for the four-time NBA champion, who has hit plenty of clutch three-pointers himself and plays alongside none other than Steph Curry. And Thompson's sideline reaction said it all. Usman Garuba near a return to Madrid, Poirier on the way to EFE's Eurohoops. Real Madrid has convinced Usman Garuba to leave the NBA and return to Europe, per Eurohoop sources, joining the EuroLeague finalists with a long-term contract. The 22-year-old Garuba, a product of the junior teams of Real Madrid, got drafted in 2021 and left the Spanish powerhouse for the NBA, where in 3 years he played 105 games, 99 with the Rockets and 6 with Golden State. While there's still interest for him from the NBA, Garuba, who finished the season in the G League affiliated team of the Golden State Warriors, can be a key for Madrid's future in the front line, practically replacing French big man Vincent Poirier. Steph and Ayesha Curry announced the birth of their 4th child, Kayesha Curry. And are you a fan? What do you think of Chris Paul's exit? Leave your opinion in the comments.